My name's Amy Lavender Harris, and I'm an urban geographer with an interest in literature and its intersection with place and cities and other regions, particularly in Canada. Small towns are a focus of Colville and Munro's work. They both have a fixation with place. I think the town is a middle space in Canadian art, Canadian writing, Canadian culture, between the city and the rural.
I think what you're getting in the small town is social attitudes sort of distilled so you can look at them, and lives played out so that almost in a way that they're like a stage, or the small town is like a stage for human lives.
We live in Sackville, partly because I want to be in a small enough area so that it can become comprehensible over an extended period of time. And only by living in a little place like this, and by living in it for a long time, can one build up a sort of extensive body of complex knowledge and understanding of what goes on. Painting is a form of knowing, as I think of it. And I know, in a way, quite a bit about this area.
If there's a difference between Colville and Munro, it would be very much in the sense that for Colville, a desired return to these spaces that were familiar to him, where he lived and worked and taught and painted. He's gentle, he loves his subjects, I think, especially his muse, his wife, that you see in some of the paintings, but also the land, that particular quality of light. Munro isn't as kind a writer. There's that desire to leave that you sense so strongly in her work, but one is always pulled back into it out of duty, out of maybe loss from experiences, adventures outside. There's a stark quality in both of their work, but for Munro, sometimes it eviscerates the subjects, the towns, so there's a laying bare among both of them, but it's a different kind of laying bare, I would say.
I am always concerned in a painting or a print with making the thing seem absolutely authentic, not generalized. And I suppose this is a reflection of a fundamental belief I have that whatever is here, whatever is around one, is important.
I have problems with the word ordinary because I don't know who's extraordinary. And I always think the people I'm writing about are extraordinary.
Both Colville and Munro exhibit a preoccupation with home. That's how they interact, that's how they approach place. That's very much a Canadian standard, I think. It's still relevant, if not more so relevant now, at a time where so many Canadians are immigrants, even more so than at any time in the past. So questions about home and identity and belonging are so prominent. And I think that has an appeal, but people encountering that work, they get that same sense of rupture and displacement, the longing to go home, the desire, the craving to get away from it. I think that is something that's very relatable to readers, to viewers, to creators as well.